Hi, Scorpio. My name is Missy, and I'm here to do the bullshit and the blessings for the second half of September or whenever you happen to find the video. So these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature, but really, whenever you find it, if the details fit for your situation, then it's your reading. On the other hand, if they don't fit, don't try to force it, because that's not going to help you or anyone. Sorry, I got distracted by something. So if the details don't fit for your situation, don't try to force it. There might be another reading for you here on the channel that will cover your situation. A lot of times people don't realize that we actually have all 12 signs of the zodiac in our chart. It just depends on which area of life we are concerned with or working with that is going to determine which part of our personality comes out, right? And, depending on which area of life that is, that part of your personality is going to be governed by a different sign. That's one of the misconceptions that people have about astrology. You can't have a whole chart without having all 12 signs. They have to go someplace in your chart. You've got them somewhere in your personality. So if you're called to read or to watch a reading that is not your sun, moon, or rising, watch it. You probably will find something in there that's going to resonate for you, for whatever situation you're dealing with. So I'm also not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. So if you need advice in any of those areas, you really do need to seek a professional. And don't do something just because I suggest it in one of these readings either. Like, I'm just looking at the cards and reading the energies as they are right now in this moment. But you're living your life, seeing all the different nuances and changes that are happening that are going to inform your decisions. So, take responsibility for those decisions. We're going to do things a little bit differently for the next several weeks at least. I don't know, maybe even longer than that, because here's the thing. Typically when I record these videos, I'm trying to do them as quickly as I can because it's just easier to upload them to YouTube. But right now we have Mercury retrograde in Libra and Mars in Gemini, which is just not the best combination for communication, right? Misunderstandings can happen in different relationships, whether those are work or love, because those are the two houses that are the two signs, I should say, that Mercury will be moving through during the retrograde. So because of that, I would like to take my time. I don't normally read really quickly. I'm kind of slow. I like to look at the details. I like to feel what I feel without having to, quickly whatever. So I'm going to take my time so that I don't miss anything that might be important during this retrograde. Which means that the video is going to be a little longer than you might be, that you might prefer. And it also means that if you're watching for specific signs, it could be a couple of days before they're all uploaded, because I am kind of behind the clock as I'm recording this. I've only got like one day, I think, just before this 2 week, before the mid-September period starts. And there are some people that do like to watch them for the time that they're set. So I'm trying to hurry to while I take my time, basically. Typical Mercury retrograde, and all of the retrograde seasons, energies are like this. So one more shuffle, then we'll go ahead and pull some charms to get a general energy, and then we'll look at the cards to get our details. So already, just based on the cut, I feel like this particular reading is going to talk about getting yourself balanced, like overcoming your toxicity or your toxic behaviors. I don't think I think you've already been working on it based on the position that the Devil card was in and where the Temperance card is currently. It's like, I have been working on it for a while, trying to get out of toxicity or get away from toxicity to get myself healthy. Just be aware of that going into the reading. Oh, there's a lot. I think the majority of what's coming through is going to come through here, and it's all right in the center. I was trying to spread it out, but it all came in the center. So first of all, we've got the grapes, the bundle of grapes sitting over weight, and then we've got the moon here next to maybe. So if your question, or if you're dealing with a very emotional situation right now and you're hoping for like something good to happen, it's not going to happen right now. You need to wait. Wait, you have to wait for your abundance to come in, wait for your joy, because this particular moon I always see as like a joyful, happy, fertile moon, because it kind of looks like vines and flowers inside of it. So it's like growth a little bit, right? So you have to wait for your blessing, wait for your abundance. We have the song Good and Goodbye by Carrie Underwood. Maybe that's what this balancing and all of this stuff is about, is you've got to say goodbye to all of this toxicity so that your personal blessing can come in. And that means you've got to focus on all of this right here in the center. And there's a lot here. You've got the cupcake liner, which is about being prepared. I'm actually going to go through them one by one, but this was sitting directly on top of this little bundle where we have the butterfly wrapped up with the horse. And so this is about freedom and transformation, right? Like, so you have to prepare yourself for like the changes that are coming in, or you have to, like if you want freedom, you have these changes are what is going to prepare you for those. Also, that came on top of the charm that says to be you bravely. So it's going to take courage, and you're going to have to be authentic to who you are. Stop trying to be who you think other people want you to be. You see the numbers 5, 7, 6, that could apply to you in some way. We have the umbrella, which has to do with protection. Interesting, we've got the larger bundle of grapes. So it's saying right here, you have to wait for your abundance to come in, but boy, are you focused on it. Like you're really focused on, you see a big prize, but like it's going to take time and effort and steps. You've got to take the steps. You can't leap from one thing to the next. I feel like that's what it's saying. Especially because this is coming out, like the umbrella talks about protection, it's upside down and it's over the word no. It's like you're not, right now, you're not protected, or it's not safe. It's not safe to do whatever you're wanting to do, or to take whatever, to leap into whatever you're trying to leap into. It's not safe right now. You know, it's just not safe. We have Pisces, the blank rune, Libra, the cross, and I call this my open heart cross, which talks about like keeping your heart open and having faith, right? That's the only way to have faith, is to keep your heart open to hope, or to keep your heart open to the possibilities. Don't be a cynic. But so this blank rune is like, it's a mystery. You're asking a question that's a yes or no question. The answer is yes, but it's a mystery. Like it's yes, but the details of it are unknown, or that if you're asking detailed questions, once you get the yes, like if that leads to more questions, there's no answers yet. It's still a mystery, other than take care of yourself, because this is rose quartz, by the way. But there's a Pisces and Libra attached to this situation. You've got this particular piece of quartz that I call my scepter quartz, and for those who are technical, this is not an actual piece of scepter quartz. It's just the energy that I get from it. So you are in control. You have the power of this situation. You're in control of your own healing as well. Also, you're in control of any communication or information that is passed along and relayed because of this telephone. Like you have to be, if you're thinking about, you know, or want to talk to somebody or want to learn something, you got to be the one to put in the effort. Pick up the phone, Google it, whatever you got to do. You got to chase it down, right? Okay, we have the song. Oh, and it's exactly 3:45 right now, but it's the song, sorry, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. So, you know, take that however it resonates for your situation. Field notes, right? Field notes talks about like really paying attention, taking notes so that you can study. And then we have the number 753, as you can see. So literally take notes right there in the moment. But I also feel like, because it's so close to no, I feel like it's saying like, don't get obsessed though, because you know, Scorpio can get a little stuck. That's one of the aspects of Pluto and the control that Scorpio needs to have. They get a little bit obsessive. They like to get a little too entrenched in the details of something. On a side note, there's a story about how Virgo and Scorpio were merged at one point, but Libra came between them to bring balance. If you look at the glyphs for both Scorpio and Virgo, they're very similar. One is masculine, one is feminine as well. Part of the reason that Libra needs to bring balance between the two is because of the detail that Virgo pays attention to, while Scorpio tends to get a little obsessed, right? Or at least in my opinion, that's how I felt when I read that story. I was like, oh, that just makes so much sense because of the energies that are attached to these two signs. So just take that however it resonates for your situation. But it could be saying like, take notes, but don't get obsessed about it. Don't let your inner Virgo take over, right? Okay, so we have joy, and then we have the dolphin that came out together. We also have the seahorse. So maybe this is something about like, especially if you're a masculine watching this could be about like fatherhood, because that's, whenever I see the seahorse, it always makes me think of the father, because it is the male that takes care of the babies. And so maybe you're finding out, there's a lot of water energy here, by the way, as well. And dolphins speak of joy as well. So maybe you're finding out that you're a father. Take that however it resonates. It's not going to be for everybody. Or maybe there's joy surrounding joy, that maybe your children are going to bring some sort of joy for you, especially because that was all right here next to yes. And the cowboy hat to me speaks of not only like protection, again, because it shields you from the sun, as well as the rain, because of the way that the hat is created. It's to help the rain just run right off the hat, right? It's a protective piece of equipment, but also it speaks of a lot of hard work because of the cowboy hat. If you're a cowboy, you know exactly how much work it takes to be a cowboy, right? But it came up upside down, so I think it's saying like, I actually feel like the hard work is over. Like you're able, once you take that hat off at the end of the day, you're able to rest, right? And that's the only reason for the hat to be upside down and sitting next to the yes. Like, yes, you can rest now. Like maybe that's the joy that your children are bringing to you, is the ability to set down the responsibility so that you can rest. And then we have, oh, look at focus on the good, coming out right next to all of that. Hold on. And the number's 493. That's with the dollar bill. There's been a small loss. There's been small losses. Oh, and that small loss is actually the solution. The solution that you've been looking for, because that's, this is the literal, a heart with wings and a key. It's like a solution that makes your heart soar. It makes you so happy. It's the key, the answer you've been looking for, right? But it comes from a small loss. Oh, we have a piece of sodalite here next to the maybe. So trust your intuition. You never know. It might lead you in the right direction. Okay, I think I covered everything here. We're going to go ahead and move on to the cards to get details for the next 2 weeks. But I want to point out we have I Can't Tell You Why, the live version, 1999 remastered live version. I don't know why that seems important. Maybe the year 1999 is important to you, but it's a song by the Eagles. Did I already shuffle these? I can't remember. Let's go ahead and get the energy cleared just in case. So take a minute to breathe with me. All right. Oh, this one wants to come out, which is Chiron energy, the wounded warrior. Oh, and look at, now we've got the Ten of Swords, like, man, you're like, man, I don't know if I can go on. I don't know if I can go on. I don't know if I can go on. That's the energy that's coming through. Where I'm saying this is a small loss, maybe it was a bigger loss than I thought. Or maybe you're seeing it, because look at, this is the same dude as over here, and I say that because of the pants. This dude is fully covered in armor. This dude only has a little bit of armor, so obviously he's taken his armor off or something, right? Even though the hair and everything is different, it's the way that my instincts are telling me to read it. So, you know, this dude is looking at the loss, or maybe you are looking at the loss. You could even be a masculine yourself. I think that came up before with the seahorse, but anyway. You could be looking at this loss as a very large loss when in fact it may not be as big of a loss. It may have been more of a blessing than what you think or than what you realize. Look at, now you've got the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is like big changes, right? With the fives coming in. The Five of Cups, again, he's looking at the cups that have spilled, the loss of what was in the contents of the cups, right? But you see these other two cups here. You see the bridge in the background, right? The bridge that will take him over the river and, you know, to better things. The cups are still standing, so he's still got some stuff, some blessings left. He's just not paying attention to them. He's paying attention to this loss. And here's the thing. I think this is why he feels defeated, but not just defeated. He feels like the loss came because someone else was treacherous. Someone did something underhanded. They didn't play by the rules with this particular Five of Swords. And this person, rather than stay and compete when you know you're going to lose because someone else is cheating, he's like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to throw my weapons or whatever. I'm going to throw, I'm tossing my weapons, whatever, tossing down my sword, whatever, so that I can just walk away. And I feel like you're saying whatever a lot too. So we're actually going to put that next to here because this is the wounded warrior, right? You're tired of fighting. And this is the loss. Like you're so focused on the loss, making it bigger than what it really is. And look at, now we've got the Nine of Cups and we have the Hierophant, and look at the child. Remember we brought up the kids here. Maybe, and look at, here's the goddess with the apple protection. So I feel like this child is holding the key as well. So I feel like the child is protected, first of all, but your inner child as well is protected, right? I think that's kind of the key is it's about your inner child, number one. But beyond that, we already brought up the issue of children with the seahorse. And so the Nine of Cups talks about bringing your own fulfillment or self-satisfaction, being very self-satisfied, being very abundant, being able to make yourself happy rather than relying on someone else. Look at, here's that loss again. This is the Star card, healing over this loss. This person is a ghost here. So it's saying you need to provide, like you already intuitively know that you need to calm yourself. You need to provide your own happiness. You can't keep looking outside of yourself for happiness. You need to provide it through catering to your inner child, protecting your inner child, being honest with your inner child about exactly what it is that you want, what it is that you're passionate about, the new beginning that you want. Oh, look. Also with this Five of Wands, like, what are you willing to fight for? I feel like you're angry about something. Maybe you need to be honest about what it is that you're angry about, what it is that destroyed something, the deception that destroyed something. made you feel rejected, lonely, made you feel like you were lack, right? There's, I don't have, I'm missing XYZ, made you feel stuck. Oh, and look at, put you in your head, but also like, you're this emperor, you control the situation, you're the leader in the situation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that resonates. I'm sorry to like cut it off so quickly. It's just that it keeps saying over and over, you have to bring your own happiness. You have to wait for your blessings to come in. You have to get into alignment over here, have faith, pay attention, but don't get too obsessed. Focus on the good stuff, like it was saying here, and it's also saying here, you still have some blessings left. Stop paying attention to what you've lost. It's not as big of a loss as you think it is. It's actually a blessing. We have the song Magic Man by Heart as well in the background. So yeah, I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell, anything that you can to help me. And it really, really does help me, which I'm grateful that you're even watching this video at all. So thank you.